just they have to slap, and there's a lot of stinging, red cheeks, ouches. These girls are making faces.
All right, tonight we have Sexy Buff Babe. She's a pro bodybuilder, an entrepreneur, and one of the faces behind one of the wildest underground sports there is.
Extreme booty slap.
Extreme booty slap. On the show, we have Sexy Buff Babe. How are you doing, Sexy Buff Babe?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. So to jump right into it, what is Sexy Booty Slap?
Sure. So, extreme booty slap.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
No, it's for the audience out there. It's extreme booty slap.
And feel free to call me BrandiMae too.
So I was gonna say you don't go into places and you don't when you go get your Starbucks you don't put Sexy Buff Babe.
I don't. I mean, it is my personal email, so I am giving it out a lot, and I do get chuckles and stuff, and some women will be like, "Oh, that's cute," and I have to specify, "Oh, that's my personal." But no, BrandiMae is fine.
So BrandiMae. BrandiMae, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you are the not a co-founder, you are the founder and creator of Extreme Booty Slapping.
I did. I curated it. We're very fresh and new last year. I pitched it to a friend of mine who is my main investor. He does nightlife events, and it just so happens we had like a little dinner months before. He was talking about his new nightlife business, Gamekeeper. Shout out to Gamekeepers. And I kind of saw this little viral video, and I kind of came up with it all came to me, and I pitched it to him. And within like 3 or 4 months, we were already putting together our first event, which was last May 24th.
So last May, you did your first event.
Very first one.
How did it turn out?
It was rocky because nobody knew. It was in my brain, but nobody really knew what to expect. So we didn't have the MC, so I MC'd it, which I'm a performer. I'm not like a big energy MC, but I had to kind of walk everybody through it. But it was a lot of fun. And that was the feedback that everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is just so much fun. And then fast forward, I think September, we did the second one, and it was completely game changer. We had Power Slap Guy as the referee. We had Hot Mike as our MC, and it just blew up.
So for the viewers who don't know,
sure.
It's an extreme booty slapping.
Yes.
What is it? Like, what's the point? Is there when you watch the Power Slap, obviously the point is to knock out your opponent.
Yeah.
When you watch the UFC, obviously the point is to submit, knock out.
Yeah.
So what is the point? Is there is it a competition, or is it just all for show?
Sure. No. So it is literally a tournament bracket style single elimination bracket.
Okay.
So I bring in 8 ladies, and they essentially start with the quarterfinals, semifinals, and down to the finals. And I curated almost like a scoring system. I can't go into like specifics because that's kind of like what we're trademarking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like,
but there's a scoring. So basically,
it's called the Slap Impact Index, is what I call it.
Okay, but basically, there's just 2 girls.
Yes.
And then they allow the other girl has to kind of submit and show her buttocks, and the girl gets a free slap.
Well, no. So exactly, it is each lady.
Excuse me.
It's okay. Each lady takes turns being slapper and defender.
Okay.
Very much kind of like Power Slap.
Okay.
We have a booty slap table, and they go 3 rounds with 3 slaps each per round. And they just, the rules are your arm has to go past the shoulder. You kind of have to keep your feet planted. But just like Power Slap, it's very slap oriented. They have to slap, and there's a lot of stinging, red cheeks, ouches. These girls are making faces. And then the judges, we bring in judges that score them fairly based on their slap performance, technique, showmanship. And, and it's funny to say because a lot of my friends, and we bring in like a gambit of women from bodybuilding background, wrestling, professional wrestlers, dominatrixes, adult stars. So it's funny to have a sport that like all of these ladies can come in and perform. And it's interesting that some of them like be dominatrixes, and they're like, oh, I'm used to slapping and spanking. I'm going to be really good. And then they kind of get up there and they're maybe not as good as they thought. So practice, makes perfect. So a lot of them know now that to get their slap practice in.
So basically, there's a technique to the booty slapping.
Slapping, yeah. It's a slap competitor.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does one become a judge to one of these things? Do I sign up Is there a raffle?
I'll invite you our next show here in Vegas. I'll invite you
I'd
to
love
come
to come.
along and be a judge.
Love to come
we
judge
tend to
around.
bring three judges.
Okay.
Yeah, Glenn King, who is with meanbitches.com. He's I've known him for a long time, but we always tend to bring him in because he's so well connected and always sends girls our way. So I tend to like bring him along.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
One hand washes the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But other than that, I've brought in some of my power slap ladies. I've brought my other friends who I think was on here. Miss Ava Devine was a judge last time.
Okay, Ava. Okay,
yeah.
Ava was on the show.
Yeah.
She was great, by the way.
Yeah, she was fair. I mean, she had a lot of fun. So it's a really fun sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, there's brackets. It's single elimination.
Mm-hmm.
If for anybody watching, say they want to be a model or a contestant on the show, is there a way that someone would go about that?
Sure. So we do have an Instagram,
Okay.
Booty Slap Entertainment, and we are growing heavily because we did just put our Booty Slap 3 on MMA TV, which is a combat sport out of the UK, kind of like live streaming little platform.
Okay.
And they were interested. I pitched it to them. They were interested. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the live stream quite going at Booty Slap 3 that we just had.
Okay.
But they're streaming the event and they're calling it like Combat Sports After Dark, which is a good
That's great.
brand. Exactly. So we're going to put 2 on there. We're going to have our exhibition on there. But Booty Slap Entertainment is really a great, or you can just email me directly.
Right, but if someone were to follow you on Booty Slap Entertainment on Instagram,
Yeah, you can
and then
see everything.
You check. I'm assuming either you or a member of your team will check the messages. So
Yes,
if anybody, you'll
yes.
vet. You'll look at. So anybody's interested on the show will be looked at.
Yeah, and it's ladies. Obviously, we're just doing ladies
Of course.
at the moment. But it's ladies of all backgrounds, all sizes. You don't have to be like a bodybuilder or any. I mean, no, we want everybody all inclusive.
Okay. Well, speaking of, you look pretty tough.
Yes.
Right? Oh, damn.
I am tough.
What do you bench, Buff Babe?
I don't necessarily bench anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I used to bench, some good, like, I don't even know, 45 bar and like some 25s. But that was back in my day. Now I'm just training more for aesthetics.
Okay.
Versus strength.
Well, you look strong. You look like
Yeah.
you could probably bench more than some guys.
I probably could. I do more machines now for my...
Machines are a little, for lack of a better term, would you say like safer because they're more controlled?
Safer and not to be too TMI, but if you're a woman that has breast implants,
No, that's fine.
you want to save the integrity of the implant.
I thought they were real.
Yeah, I know. So your doctors will actually tell you certain chest movements like flies you want to stay away from.
Have you ever hurt your breast working out?
I haven't. I've actually heard it wrestling more than anything. So nowadays I'm extremely careful.
Okay, so
Don't want to bust an implant. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would
Yeah.
be.
Oh gosh. No.
I think that'd be a headache.
Yeah.
And maybe
I've known girls
life threatening. I don't know if the
saline. It depends if you have
gets
saline
in
or
in
silicone.
your body. How does take me back, Buff
Sure.
Babe. Take me back to a smaller version of Buff Babe. Let's see here. Let's call her just this normal Babe. There had to be a time in your life before you were a bodybuilder.
No, I've actually been bodybuilding for over 20 years. I started my first competition when I was 18.
Really?
I was athletic when I was young. I've always been very voluptuous and athletically curvy built.
Yeah.
So no, I probably couldn't ever remember a time.
So ever since you were basically let's call it 17, 18 years old, you were into lifting weights. You weren't necessarily, not saying you don't look good, but you definitely aren't the girly girl, and you just like to.
I was,
you like
yeah,
to get
I
down
was
on
a
the weights.
tomboy.
Yeah.
And I got into, competing. I did more of the figure division when I first started. And then I realized my body type was maybe more rounder, more fitting the bodybuilding division. So I did that. I competitively for like 15 years, mostly here in Las Vegas.
So you basically, for people who don't know, is basically you're not really judged on your working out. You are judged on how you look.
The aesthetics.
And so you do like the guys, you do come out and you do the posing where you show the back,
routine,
you show
in the bikini, yeah. And I competed at a middle heavyweight. So I was on stage, I was maybe like 145, and that's like shredded, lean, ripped. So like today I'm 160 and I'm not very tall. So I'm very dense and I'm like super heavy and like
you live up to the name. You're a buff baby.
Yeah, I'm super buff. But I around the time I stopped competing, and there's still a lot of controversy now with the female bodybuilding division, is the big organizations and powers that be tend to just kind of eliminate it at their whim. So it was right around that time, like the big shows like the Olympia.
I've been to the, I've worked for an entertainment company, and we've set up booths.
Yeah.
So I've been to the Olympia before.
They eliminated the female bodybuilding division. So
why would they do that? I mean, just your
they're
opinion.
actually done it now, even at the Arnold, which is Arnold Schwarzenegger's big show in Columbus.
It's called the Arnold Classic.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
They've eliminated female bodybuilding, the figure division, and the physique division. So there's a lot of, I don't know if it's cultural or what, but there's a lot of changes.
So when you say like the culture, like I feel like nowadays, more than ever, that the culture is more leaning towards bodybuilder chicks. And I mean that, like, for the best example I could use. So like, I was a huge fan of WWE, WWF, and people who watched that in the 90s, women were in lingerie. Mm-hmm. They did wet t-shirt contests. Yeah. They did bra and panty matches. They came out and they looked really, really, and they were very objectified. But in the 90s, that was the thing.
Yeah,
you really were into it, and that's how women were perceived. You had your few women wrestlers that did their thing, but now there's whole divisions of women wrestling. There's buff like Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. There's a whole bunch of, and I just feel like, not that you're trying to be men, but the whole masculine maybe bodybuilding girl thing. I feel like that's super popular now. So I am a little taken back and a little actually shocked that you're saying that these places have actually canceled those.
It is,
I guess, categories?
Divisions. Yeah, I think what's actually come about now, speaking of culture, is like what they call the wellness division, which is the women that are like very bottom heavy, big glutes, big legs, smaller upper body. And then there's another one, and I don't really even follow the sports that much, but there's something like fitness model division. I don't know if they're in, some of these organizations now even have like dress, like they're fashion and stuff like that. So I don't really know, like I said, it's been probably 7-8 years even since I did my last show. And it was because it was getting so political. And I will say the women that I was competing against, I knew like how big I was. I knew what I had to do to get to my size and shape. And I knew like what they look like. I was just never going to get there.
Well, I mean, there's always steroids, right?
I mean, it wasn't just steroids. I knew like my dieting capacity. I can be very restrictive. You have to be, but I just knew like what my limit was, and I was at that limit, with like my immune system break, and I just knew like what they look like, and I was like, well, I'm never gonna like be able to beat those ladies, and there's no real place to go after this. So like, I'm just gonna kind of bow out and kind of focus on other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, because back in the day, I remember there was China was the big. I thought she looked good. She had those big old titties. She looked great. I thought China looked great. And to even go back even further, and this may be before your time. I may have briefly brought it up to you before when we were checking in for the show, but it was on a documentary not too long ago. It was called I think Killer Sally.
Yeah.
Did you know her, or was that before your time?
No, that was probably before my time, but it's funny because what they talk about in the documentary where she started shooting her like fetish content with the femdom and stuff, that was very much like kind of what my process was when I kind of like got into being a performer and stuff, and that's extremely popular amongst like muscular women.
Right. So like the kind of the adult content or whatever that you'll shoot. Is it basically you kind of wrestling men or wrestling each other? Is it more of like, because I remember during the documentary, she was doing some VHS. Like
wrestling and a lot of domination. Just, you don't even have to be like naked or anything even sexual. I think it's just the muscles and the female domination element, whether it could be doing anything, she did all different kinds of stuff with costumes and, military stuff or whatever. But I mean, I think now it's really just whatever and for me as an entertainer, it's always just been really whatever I've wanted to do. I've always been an independent producer and entertainer, and I've explored every gambit from A to Z, and I've just find it, I don't know, I've always just had fun with it. But the commonality is, as a muscular woman, a lot of it's just domination in a conjunction with like wrestling, whether it be from competitive to more fantasy, muscle worship. So
have you done all the above?
I have, of course.
Are you still doing all the above?
I do everything. I don't do so much competitive wrestling. I mean, I went through a gambit too, actually, when I stopped competing on like a more national level. I kind of got into the more erotic wrestling.
Okay.
Mostly with just girl on girl, but I did some like with the kink Ultimate Surrender, and then it transitioned into the evolved fights, like the sex fighting stuff. I did that for many, many years. I was never a good wrestler, and I got made fun of. I guess I was the heel most of the time, and I got made fun of by fans, and I still get like made fun of by fans who just want to troll me and give me a hard time for not winning a lot.
Okay.
And then I say, well, I'm a bodybuilder. I'm not a jiu-jitsu grappler.
Right.
I've trained for aesthetics. I haven't gone out of my way to go take jiu-jitsu just to do this, and so I don't mind having fun. I don't mind like losing. I don't care. I'm there to have a good time, get paid, and I don't care about tapping out or submitting. You know,
right.
like
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I guess that just the wrestling aspect was never your passion.
Exactly.
The bodybuilding, the physique, and what's the
exactly.
How strict is your diet? I mean, are you on a?
So nowadays, I spent about a couple years ago, I just kind of, I don't want to say let myself go, but I got fluffy is what like muscle girl terms will say.
Okay,
they got
fluffy. Okay.
Off, like
so just not
off
as hard.
season. Exactly.
Right. Well, that's just they call that, you're just, what do they call that? You're
off season is kind of off season look. Yeah.
Or you're, what do they call it? You're not, if you're not cutting, you're gaining.
You're bulking.
Bulking.
Yeah,
you're
in your bulk phase.
You're just in your bulk phase.
I bulked for about a year. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So do you still find yourself, do you still kind of, are you strict on what you?
I actually am. I mean, I'm kind of, I don't know if it's my age or what, but I'm kind of at this place where, like even when I'm dieting and restricting my carbs, I'm still not getting as lean and hard as I maybe once was 10 years ago. But of course, your body changes so much. So I eat really well. I don't like eat junk food, fast food, processed foods. I don't really eat a lot of sugar. But I'm still bodybuilder. I eat the same things every day.
Okay.
Which my grandma would be like, that's so boring. How do you eat that? I'm like, because I don't eat for pleasure. I eat like for fuel.
So I do a little bit of both, but I completely understand what you're saying. I don't eat like a jackass.
Yeah.
There are times I like to enjoy stuff, and when I do eat sweets, I like to do like homemade pies, homemade desserts.
Oh, nice.
So I stay away from just the preservatives and
the
bullshit,
processed stuff.
all the processed bullshit. I eat super clean when it comes to that. Like every once in a while, you might see me get like McDonald's or something, but I try to stay away from that too because people don't realize the fucking sodium levels are through the fucking roof on that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Too much sodium is linked to a lot of bad things.
Yeah,
it's not just gaining weight, but that's bad for your heart,
yeah,
cholesterol,
everything,
all this stuff. And you're completely right. There's just the food system here is dog shit.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I always laugh if people say they have a gluten allergy and they can't have bread. It's like, I don't think you do. The shit you're buying in the store is not bread. Have you looked at the ingredients of bread?
Exactly. I know.
I'm sure you do know.
I don't eat bread. I mean bread.
Right.
I eat sourdough, if anything.
If I eat bread, I'll do homemade bread and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll actually eat bread.
Yeah.
The Amish have way less health problems
and all the chemicals and stuff.
Amish don't have half the crap that we do. But going back to what you're saying, I agree with you, and I live the life too where I eat a lot of my stuff, especially like usually my first 2 meals of the day, I keep pretty strict. I eat for a better life.
Yeah.
Every meal doesn't have to be a gluttonous.
Exactly.
Like this has to taste good. I have to pour a bunch of stuff. Like I do plain Greek yogurt in the morning.
Yeah, me too.
2 eggs, steel cut oatmeal.
Exactly.
And if I have some chicken strips or like some steak from the night before, I might eat a little meat, but I usually don't do meat in the mornings.
Yeah.
And then lunch, I usually do some kind of big protein, and I just do a ton of vegetables.
Yeah, yeah.
I call it dog food.
Yeah,
I put a ton of vegetables in a bowl, and I cut up some chicken or steak and just eat that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I've cut back a lot of my meat intake just from when I was competing. And I'm the same way. I'll eat like maybe even just a salad. I definitely cut my carbs out in the evening.
Okay.
Just because I do try to get like a 6-pack back. But even then my carbs, I mean, it's like such small things of rice and I don't eat till I'm full. That's
another thing.
I would love to, but I just don't. I've never, and I think that disciplines come from my bodybuilding.
It does. And then would you agree, and this is just the way I personally feel about it, once you get into a solid routine of eating right and you're working out and you're feeling good, it's almost addicting, and you don't feel right if you don't do it.
That's why a lot of people that are competing, even though they're miserable with the restriction, when they like are after the show, they tend to get like almost depressed, because even though you're kind of miserable, you have such good structure and you feel good, you feel light, you feel
good.
You obviously you look good in the mirror when you're like ripped. So I'm just at a place, I think, in my life where I was super shredded for like 10 plus years. I'm like all the time, and then I, transitioned in life and started reprioritizing life. And that's the one thing that I didn't like about it when I kind of came up out of, I don't want to say the lifestyle, but is you do spend so much of your time and energy doing cardio and working out that it really is, unless you come from like, a generational wealth or something, you do have to prioritize like working.
No,
yeah,
absolutely.
And I have noticed since I stopped, like how when I refocused that energy on like working, I was like, oh wow, I can make that much more money. So I'm just at a place now where I find that balance of training, eating good, and being happy with your physique.
And then a lot of it too, I think, has to do with and I feel like especially if you're not a bodybuilder, you can still look good and be in shape. I think a lot of it's the processed foods and just not eating too much. I don't like to eat when I'm super full either. I feel full. I'm done.
Done.
I'm okay with I don't have to clear my plate.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
done.
Exactly.
Someone like I'm assuming someone like you probably stays pretty sober. Are you an alcohol drinker?
So I actually was never really. I was more of like a weed vapor.
Okay.
I smoked a lot of pot when I was a teenager and all through my 20s, and maybe about 2 years ago I stopped vaping.
So what does a bodybuilder eat when you get the munchies?
Well, that would be my problem.
Right.
I would want to eat like more chips, like snack foods, not anything crazy.
But
you
want those carbs.
Chips and salt was always kind of like my go-to.
Oh, that's tasty.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I still eat it. Every once in a while, I'll still get me a bag.
I do a little hot Cheetos, a little small.
Yeah.
Because it's small, but that's.
I feel like if you treat it like a treat and it's something you get every once in a while, it's not going to have the same effect on someone who eats a bag of Doritos a week.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not constantly putting that junk into your body.
Yeah, it's like having maybe like a cheat meal or a cheat snack. You know.
So never much of a drinker.
No.
More of a toker.
I was, and then I drank after I slowed down. I did notice I was kind of drinking a vodka a little bit more heavily for about a good year, and then I think
they say that's the healthier.
Well, last year I stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped drinking altogether, and I actually do. I feel better than ever.
Yeah, alcohol's I always bring this up when I can. I haven't had a drink in a while. I'm a casual drinker, but the more and more I go on, the less and less I drink. I don't care who you are. Alcohol's never a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're the most successful guy on the planet and you're having a couple drinks every once in a while. I'm not here to judge, but they're even saying now that they used to say that 1 or 2 glasses of wine
was okay,
but now they're saying it's not. And then I just think it's just so romanticized.
Yeah,
it's just a horrible thing. And I'm assuming it's got to be harder for you to keep up this physique if you're drinking all the time.
Well, and I think too, for me personally, when I was drinking like every night, even if it was 2 or 3 drinks, I would notice that I just didn't feel good the next day.
Oh yeah, right.
And then it just takes so much longer to feel better and then be functional, and then even so be really extremely productive.
Right.
So the
next day always sucks.
Yeah. And
I agree.
I just kind of got tired of feeling sluggish.
I was in the entertainment. I was a very functioning alcoholic for years. I drank almost every night for years and years and years, and just because I've been in Vegas for a long time, and people who know me know I'm an entertainer. I've worked in the industry for a long time doing private parties. So like when you're doing private parties 4 or 5 nights a week, and you're going to bachelorette party to birthday party, and you're around the environment, just do a shot with us. Just have a drink with us.
Yeah.
And you do 1 or 2 each party, you're having 8 to 10 drinks a night.
Yeah.
And it was always the next day. You're like, I would still get my ass to the gym. Believe it or not, I would go to the gym hungover while smoking. I'd be putting a cigarette out, walking into the gym.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you still had the discipline and want to get in there.
Yeah, because I just wanted to get in there. Yeah. It helps with so much other things.
Yeah. Just get your body moving around.
Move it around. Yeah. Sweat it out. Go to the sauna. Sweat all that bullshit out.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do. And I'm going back to in my early 20s. I don't know how I did that, because now that I'm a bit older, I could. There's no way I could drink a bunch the night before, walk into the gym, smoking a cigarette, and go in there and have a good workout.
Yeah, I know.
feel like dog shit.
Yeah, I look back too, and I'm like, how could I would drink and then get up and do, but I feel so much better. But I do, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way. You're actually way much more productive throughout your day now that you're not feeling better. Yeah, you definitely
When I go weeks, because like I said, I just occasionally drink now. So I find myself when I look back, I'm like, I haven't had a drink in like a few months. I am more motivated.
Yeah.
Feel better just in general.
And probably saving money.
I mean, let's face it, alcohol is. I mean,
it's expensive out here in Vegas.
I'm not buying the bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Either.
Yeah.
I'm not buying the $5 pint. Like I'm gonna at least get. Again, it's not the expensive amount, but just a bottle of Jack Daniels is $25-$30. A 6-pack of beer, 12-pack of beer is going to be $15-$20.
Yeah.
So like it would add up.
Yeah.
You're spending a couple $100 a week just on alcohol.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just not good for you.
No.
So, bodybuilder extraordinaire, booty slap entertainment extraordinaire, part-time porn star?
So no, I've actually been an adult star for almost 20 years. I've been independent.
Okay.
So meaning when I first moved out here to Vegas was during the recession, the first time around
back in like 2007, 2008?
Dallas was hit really bad with the recession because of Enron. In Houston, I was in mortgage finance. I was a loan processor.
Okay.
Really young age.
Yeah.
Making really good money for that age. The cost of living was nothing. So
the cost of living out here used to be nothing.
Yeah.
It's not
out
horrible.
there too. Out
not
there.
Horrible here yet.
Yeah.
We're not California prices.
Exactly.
But it used to be really cheap here.
Yeah, so did Dallas. And things went like this really fast. I was laid off. I think I was bartending at an adult club and waiting tables. And I was still not able to I was literally stealing like $20 just to try to support myself and my son. And I was like, this is not going to work for me. I'm still I was 25 at the time. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out to Las Vegas and get into hospitality. I'm still young enough to do it. But the catch about that, and nobody who's young would believe this because this was 20 years ago. When I came out here to Vegas, my muscularity hindered me from blackjack dealing and cocktail waitressing. So even more so why I doubled down.
Do you say that because you were competing with more maybe the petite, maybe Barbie
no,
style
I was
girls?
actually told by a manager at a cocktail pool that my body type was not what they were looking for. So this is 20 years ago before Me Too. So people could just tell you straight up.
Oh yeah, people don't realize. I mean, I'm not gonna ask you to say your age, but
yeah,
do you remember a time but there was no such thing as safe spaces or there was. I mean, people just said what they were on their mind.
Yeah,
if you didn't fucking like it, tough titty.
No, that's literally what I was told. I was like 25 years old.
Especially in Vegas.
Yeah, the guy was super nice. He wasn't I didn't take it as him being rude or really trying to be derogatory or offend me. I think he was just really legit honest. He was like, look, you're a nice woman, but your body type's just not what we want here.
That's what I mean. They go for more of the petite Barbie doll style.
And they wanted 18-year-olds.
Really?
Because the
24 is young.
I thought so too, but
right.
it was like they wanted the girls who were going to go out and party on their off time and promote the club.
Right.
And same thing with blackjack dealing. I literally went through a blackjack school, was placed at the Stratosphere Hotel in a party pit. And so we're wearing little outfits, super cute, literally.
So this is before, because I don't mean to interrupt, but a lot of times you see blackjack dealers nowadays, they're in like a collared shirt.
Well, the party pit girls, see, they don't do party pits anymore, I don't think. The party pit girls were just these little groups of tables they would have randomly with hot girls.
Oh, okay.
And little bikinis and outfits.
Yeah, okay. I know what you mean now.
Yeah. So
you were the party girl.
I was a party pit girl, blackjack dealing, literally my first shift. And the guys were like, flex a bicep. I flexed a bicep. I was pulled, I think maybe not even 15 minutes later, I was pulled and let go.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That had to be, you're probably like, what the heck?
I was just like, oh my gosh, my muscularity is hindering me from being able to make a living.
So that forced you into doing more of the adult entertainment stuff? And
I got on the webcam and just decided I was going to start. It was early days of barely MySpace, still VHS. I think Clips for Sale was probably one of the most popular digital early streaming fetishy.
Okay.
And I was like,
way before OF.
Oh God, 10 plus years.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to just put my stuff up there and just do this.
And it worked out.
I've been doing it ever since.
That's awesome. And and with all this that you have going on, what's your plan, or where do you see yourself kind of long term?
Sure. So around 2020, OF was kicking off pretty well for a
around
lot of
COVID,
people. Yeah.
Of course.
And that's when
I always say OF and TikTok just blew up.
Yeah. And I was like, I started really wearing my entrepreneur hat pretty heavily then. And I've done multiple businesses, startups, which don't always work out. I've done apps. I've tried reality shows, which I've had producers screw me over in the entertainment industry. That's what it is. And I've done clothing line, like this little bodysuit. And so then...
That bodysuit's your clothing line?
Yeah, from Niche Boutique Collection.
Okay.
Shout out to Kim.
All right.
Kim Buck, who's my partner. She's designer and seamstress. And then the booty slap stuff. And I'm a developer. I went to school for coding and developing, and who would have known that AI could take that coding job from you so fast?
AI's taking everything.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So I have a little bit of everything. So like we're going to do our Booty Slap TV, which we're going to like distribute our own, create our own like platform.
Hey, I think if Power Slap could get as big as it was.
Well, they had a lot of money. I mean, they have a lot of money.
No, but
Dana
Booty
White.
Slap should be like, if Dana White's watching, and not to downplay it, but Booty Slap should be the opening act to Power Slap. There should be some kind of, it goes toe to toe, and I know it's fun to watch people get slapped and knocked out, but I'd love to see some booty slapping.
Well, it really is safer. It's funny because I had a friend.
Safer.
I had a friend of mine who's a doctor who I actually asked him the other day about, and he sent me this little thing, and I put it on the Instagram page about the safety regarding being slapped in the butt versus like slapped in the head, and it's way more safe.
Oh yeah, come on, get the fuck out of here.
We have had girls that have had, obviously, they've had their asses blistered and like red, and
it's better than having brain stuff.
I mean, my God. I mean, your booty cheek heals. You know what I mean? And
some girls, let's face it, some girls like to get bruised back there.
Exactly. Yeah, some of them can handle it. They're like,
come on, nothing. Dana, let's make it happen. We need booty slap before power slap. That's what the people want.
It really is sporty. People, they have a perception of it as being kind of fluff and lighthearted, and then when they go to a tournament, they're like, that was way more hardcore. But that's why I say it's extreme. This isn't spanking.
This isn't like pretend.
Yeah.
These girls are legit trying to, I don't want to say hurt, but give the best powerful slap.
There's $1,000 prize on the line. So not only are they paid to
identify as a girl now, becoming the booty slap. I probably wouldn't last.
Yeah, and they're the champion of that event. So I mean, it really is.
And the champion probably can carry on and defend. Is there a belt? They get a trophy?
Yeah, I get them a medallion, a big like gaudy.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to do things a little unique, so we do like a little medallion. It says Booty Slap 1-2 champion.
When's the next actual booty slap event?
It'll probably be September or October. We're looking for new venues.
So fall.
Yeah. Exactly.
So looking at fall, we looking at Vegas or California?
Vegas, definitely.
So we're looking at maybe September, October.
Yeah.
We're looking at Booty Slap 3.
4.
So Booty Slap 4.
Yes.
At September, October.
Yes.
And they can get tickets at.
We will pre-sell, and I definitely.
We'll have the link on your Instagram.
Yes.
And how do we find you on Instagram again?
It's at Booty Slap Entertainment.
And then I'm sure. And what's your personal?
Sexy Buff Babe.
So, and I'm assuming that like everybody else does, you have a link to the Booty Slap Entertainment on your thing. So we had Sexy Buff Babe with extreme. I got it right this time. Extreme booty slap, and I would love to come.
Yes, you should. It's so much fun.
Show that would be great. I've seen. I was doing research. I had to do extreme research on your show.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some of the. I was just last night. I was looking at some of the clips. I was like, these girls are wild.
Yeah.
This is a wild. I think Dana White needs this. I hope he sees this. He needs to pick this up.
We need somebody to come in and like partner up with. I mean, that's kind of what we're hoping. Like some sports company or media company can come in and like just give us a bigger budget,
audience,
a
bigger
budget.
Because I think once you get to that bigger audience and people see it, I definitely see this picking up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care that it's just women. There's nothing about it that's like chauvinistic or overly sexually offensive. I mean, the girls are wearing bikinis.
Who cares if it is?
I'm even making them bodysuits for the stuff. So it's.
Here's my thing with that. There's nothing wrong with a chick embracing her sexuality and looking good and coming out in a thong and lingerie and being objectified for an entertainment purpose only. The guys love it. The girls love the attention. It feels good to look good. I mean, being a bodybuilder,
and these ladies are competitive.
I
mean, they really come to slap.
I hate people put that down. There's nothing wrong with being objectified for entertainment purposes as long as you're
consenting and
as
they're
long as
okay
you're
with it.
consenting and you're okay with it.
Yeah.
But I love looking at hot girls. Who doesn't? If you don't, you're a Karen or you're a Chad or you're just fucking weird.
No, it was, it's so much fun. It's so hot to see these ladies, and some of them can take pain, others, like
Do you compete yourself, or are you just kind of behind the scenes?
I haven't competed, but I'm always ready with bikini and sneakers in hand in case somebody model calls out. So I'm always ready and prepared.
That's great. Sexy Buff Babe, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Looking forward to your event in fall.
Yes, you're going to be there.
This has been another episode of Real Vegas Podcast. You can find us at Real Vegas Podcast, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, have a great night. And